talk to Rick from Dallas, Texas. Hello, Rick. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. What's going on?
Um, I have a problem
Okay.
with pornography.
All right. Just speak right
But
up here so we can understand
I'm
you.
I'm sorry. It's not regular pornography. I've had it's transsexual pornography,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and I can't seem to realize I'm not homosexual. I'm not attracted to men, and that's all I can look at. That's all that turns that does it for me.
Well, when you take care of your pornography problem, it wipes it all out.
Oh,
Doesn't
okay.
matter what kind of pornography it is. When you stop looking at pornography, it's gone. You don't look at it anymore. Do you know?
I would stop being attracted to that type of.
Well, just think about it. When you look at that kind of pornography, does it resolve something, or is it like pouring gasoline on a fire? It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. So when you take the gasoline away, the fire does tend to flame out, and now you can have new interests, and you're not feeding this sex drive that's veered off in that direction.
Well, why is it? I was wondering. My question is, why is it veered off in that direction in the first
Well,
place? If I'm not
you
homosexual,
how did you get exposed to it the first time?
I guess I was just going through and I saw
Mm-hmm.
and out of
Okay.
just
So
you know
you discovered it online, and I've never seen transsexual pornography because I haven't looked for it online, or I haven't run into it online. But you found transsexual pornography. Other men, you could say kind of innocently, discover internet pornography, whatever kind it is, and it is so powerful that they get hooked on it. You looked at something, it drew you in. It's a little bit off center. It's got a lot of mystery to it, and so you get compelled by it. I mean, there are a lot of reasons that you could, but the main thing is you have a pornography problem, and you need to decide, I'm going to deal with the pornography problem, and and that will take care of any of the stuff that I have
Well, we
exposed
moved to a
myself to.
different house and there's no internet connection anymore, so I haven't had internet for about maybe 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I prayed for that for the longest time, for God to take away just the pornography problem first, and then second of all the transsexual pornography. And
but in other
now,
but
now
you
I
can't
haven't been
just
offline for 60 days for about 3 months.
but
And it seems
you can't just stop something. You have to start something to build the character that led you down the pornography path to begin with. The character wasn't there, and so you went down that path. You have to get into a recovery program. I'll turn it over to Mylan and Jill and see if they have some insight that can help you. But I really do believe if you would begin a recovery program from pornography addiction, you'd be a different man. Mylan, Jill, any thoughts?
Well, Rick, I'm wondering about your real life relationships. You're talking about the pornography and the deviant ways in which you feel like it is going. But where are your real life relationships? Are you married?
I'm married. I'm married. My wife doesn't know anything about it. I've never told anyone. So y'all are the first to, pretty much
Okay.
the first to ever hear anything about it.
Okay.
They've all been with women. I've never been actually with a transsexual or a man.
Okay. So, but how is your relationship with your wife?
It's caring. It seems real loving, and we're real open with each other.
Oh,
I mean, it seems we're real open, and
Well, you're
yeah,
not open
but
at
you're
all
not
with her.
open because she doesn't really know all that's going on, and I wonder if she knew what it would be like.
she'd be surprised. I'm sure she wouldn't leave me, but she would definitely think less of me as a man.
She'd
I
hurt,
imagine.
but the other thing is, it would hurt her. It would hurt her. She'd experience pain,
Yeah.
because in its own way, it's cheating on her, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm thinking of someone else as opposed to my wife.
Exactly.
Right. And you said this is the
Yes.
only thing that turns you on, which means she does not. So
Well, lesbians too.
I know. So
Weird.
we're going to come back, talk a little bit more about it. Okay.
We're back. We're talking with Rick, who has a pornography problem. And Rick, how long have you listened to the program?
Your program?
Yeah.
Probably about 8 or 9 months now.
All right. Now, you've heard about Every Man's Battle workshop, haven't you?
I've heard of it, yes, sir.
Have you ever thought maybe I could go to that and that would help?
Yeah, if he came to Dallas, yeah, I definitely would go.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't see how a couple of days would help. I would think long-term therapy would.
oh, you'd just be so surprised at the path it would put you on and how much resolution you could have. But, Jill, you had a comment or two there you wanted to share?
Oh, well, just to follow up on that, Steve, I think that it would kind of push you in a direction where you could then go into the long-term therapy, Rick. So, but it seems like just even you saying that, even though I think therapy would be good, like you're very disturbed at what you are focused on.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like if any other man knew, I mean,
Okay.
anybody's like expectation, I think, of course, would be totally changed of me.
Okay. So that fear, and one of the things we were kind of talking about is that, as you get into something, it does become very progressive, and that appetite for it increases. So, and often it takes more and more to then create the same stimulation. So the farther you have
Right.
gone away from, really the real problem and use this distraction, the more you have gotten into this and are preoccupied with why do I like this and what is inherently wrong with me. And so I think there's some backing up that needs to happen. You've taken a first step here and confessed to us. And now it's to confess in front of other safe people, like at an EMB.
Yeah.
And if you did that, I would say the therapy you need to get into, oddly enough, would be marriage therapy, where you learn to talk about the things in your heart, what hurts, the things that you're trying to make go away with the medication of sex. And, as you said, Jill, our tastes are acquired. But, Rick, if you stop and think back to the gladiators and the day of the gladiators, people develop an acquired taste for blood. And you go, how weird is that? We don't do that these days. But at a certain point in time in history, people would go and pay money to go see people get killed. And you go, how weird is that? I'd be embarrassed to think if anybody knew that.
Yeah, but it becomes a rush.
But it does become a rush. It's exhilarating. It's exciting. And that's what happens. So
I had been on drugs too for the past 10 years, heroin.
okay.
And right now, and I've never gotten help for that. And right now, I'm currently in therapy for that.
Okay. Well,
I did inpatient, now I'm doing outpatient, but they're also doing marriage counseling with it.
good. So what we're
I'm
trying
having
to
marriage
what we're
counseling as
trying to
well.
say, there is no mystery to the broken human mind.
Yeah.
We can go anywhere into child pornography, transsexual. We can
well,
go to
and
gladiators
he's just saying
and
he's
killing.
addictive.
And he has an addictive personality.
Right.
And
so anything you do, probably you take to the extreme.
But that started a long time ago, Rick.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That started a long time ago when you were just a little boy, and that's where you need to do your work.
Yep. All right. I'm going to send you a copy of Every Man's Battle. I hope that will be a blessing to you.